Hello guys, Greg back with another video. So today is going to be my top Creed fragrances. I think there's 19 currently in production for Creed that are classified as male. I've tried 15 out of the 19 and I own or have owned 11. So I've whittled that down to 5 with a couple of honourable mentions. They're completely solely based on my own preference, nothing to do with sales of the product or anything. So let's crack on and let's have a look at the list. So before we get into the top 5, I've got 2 honourable mentions. First one, Silver Mountain Water. Really like the bottle on this one. It's different to most of the Creeds. Obviously you can see it's a white bottle, and this is supposed to represent a snow-covered Swiss mountain. What I get from this one is, the main things I get out of it, certainly the top, is a metallic note and also an inky note. It's very inky. Also citrus at the top. It's got bergamot and mandarin that I pick out of this. The most prominent part is the mid. You get blackcurrant and green tea in there, and that sticks around for a long time. And then you've got sandalwood and musk in the base. This is a good one, but not a great one. It's probably a 7.5 to 8 out of 10 for me, but good nonetheless. But not in my top 5. First honourable mention, Silver Mountain Water. Second honourable mention. This one's probably going to be a surprise because most people would certainly have this in their top 5 Creeds. Aventus. So I think everything that needs to be said has been said about this. It is a great fragrance. It's very different to anything else that I've smelt. It's very masculine, very classy. Apple, pineapple. You've got some birch in there, which gives it a real smoky smell, which is one of the key things that you pick up. Spotty performance on this. Well, I say that it could just be me, because I don't detect this on myself after 1 or 2 hours. But I still get people asking me maybe 4 or 5 hours in what I'm wearing, so they must be able to smell it. So I think it's just one of those odd ones where you sometimes can't detect it on yourself. Second honourable mention, Aventus. So on to the list. So number 5, this is one that doesn't get an awful lot of love. I've featured this in a previous video. This is my Sea Breeze fragrance, and this one's called Irolfa. So it's citrus, and as I say, it's got a salty sort of sea breeze smell, and it's got really great ambergris in there. You pick that up with all of the Creeds, but this one is done particularly well. Inconsistent longevity on this is the only criticism. It can last, but sometimes it really doesn't last at all, and I go really heavy on the trigger with this. Maybe 6 sprays, and 6 Creed sprays is a lot of juice, but I really, really like it, and I've got a couple of bottles of this. So that's number 5, Irolfa. Number 4, so this is one that took me a while to get my head around and actually appreciate, and I haven't really been a fan, but now the heat's here and I've been testing it, I'm a convert and I love it. It's Virgin Island Water. So this one it's a blend of coconut, rum, lime. It's a beautiful summer fragrance. It's I won't get much opportunity to wear this because with British summer, probably 12-week window to wear this, so I'm going to wear it a lot. It's been compared to Malibu, which I get, and that's not a problem. Also gets compared to suntan lotion and other products. I don't really care about any of them. All I know is that it smells great, and it's the longest lasting Creed that I've ever had or have. Probably, I mean, Original Santal is another one that's on a par with this, but this buries any of the others, including Aventus, for me in terms of performance, and I absolutely love this. And it took me a long time to come around to it, but now I'm a big fan. Virgin Island Water, that's my number 4. Number 3, so this is one of the cleanest fragrances that I own. Original Vetiver. So this is one that's it's very soapy, it's very green, it's got a nice mild sort of vetiver note in there. It's an odd one because it's called Original Vetiver and it came out in 2004, whereas there was an original Vetiver that actually was original. Probably, I can't remember what it was, I think it was in the 40s or the 50s, the first Creed Vetiver fragrance, so it's a bit of an odd one. You can't go wrong with this. No, very few people are going to dislike it. It's not spectacular. I know a lot of people are underwhelmed by it, but I think it's beautiful and I think it's underrated and I love it. And that's number 3, Original Vetiver. So on to the big 2, the 2 big hitters. You could pick either one of these to be number 2, so I had to opt for one. And number 2 is Millesime Imperial. So this one's the one with the watermelon smell. It hasn't actually got watermelon as far as I'm aware, but it certainly smells of watermelon. Also sea salt, and you've got ambergris in there. This one's a masterpiece in my opinion. It's stunning, absolutely love it. The only criticism, and it's a criticism that you'll all know about, and it's the same with my collection, doesn't last very long. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, but it's another one that I have to go big on the trigger and carry an atomizer. But it's so good that I put up with that because it really is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. Number 2, Millésime Impériale. So number 1, probably pretty obvious now, but being that there's one obvious missing fragrance from this list. I was going to try and be original and go for something obscure, but it just came back to this one, and it's number 1 for a reason, and it's the flagship for a reason, and it's Green Irish Tweed. Absolutely fantastic fragrance. It's decades old and it's still current, and it's still a beautiful, wonderful fragrance. So this one is supposed to be like a walk in the Irish countryside. That was the idea behind it, and it is very green. It's got lemon verbena, it's got violet and amber in there, it's got sandalwood. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. Most people have probably tried this. If you haven't, I would say go and try it. It's great. So there you go, the winner, and that gets pride of place at the front. So that concludes the list, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please put your own top 5 Creed lists down below. I'll be really interested to get your opinions and see what you think. This is a house, I know there's a lot of love for this house, and I know there's a lot of hate for it as well. More so than any other house. But for me, it's like any other house. There's some that I like and some that I don't. I'm neither a fanboy or a hater. Take each fragrance on their own merit, and these ones that I've picked today are all great. I don't believe half of their marketing claims because they're rubbish, but it's hard to dispute they have some really great fragrances. So thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll catch up with you all very soon. Cheers.